let me tell you all a story of a mirror and a bell. Centuries ago, in the present-day Shizuoka Prefecture, the priests of Mugen-yama wanted a big bell for their temple. They asked the women of their parish to help by contributing their old bronze mirrors to forge into the bell. Among these women lived a farmer's wife who presented her mirror to the temple. However, she very much regretted giving up her mirror, as it held precious memories of not only her, but of her mother, her mother's mother, and even her great-grandmother. Of course, she could have asked for her heirloom back from the priests in exchange for a small fortune, but as a mere farmer's wife, she did not have such money. Whenever she went to the temple, she saw her mirror lying in the courtyard, behind a railing, amongst hundreds of mirrors given by the other woman. She longed for the chance to steal it back and to hide it, but that chance did not come, and she became very unhappy. She felt like she had foolishly given away a part of her life, and remembered the old saying, "A mirror is the soul of a woman." Even with this, she could not bring herself to speak her pain to anybody. The time came when all the mirrors for the bell were sent to the foundry for melting. But when the mirrors were put into the forge, there was one that would not melt. Again and again they tried to melt it, but it never warped nor cracked under the heat of the furnace's fire. The woman who had given that mirror to the temple must have regretted giving it up. She had not presented her offering with all her heart, and so her selfish soul remained attached to her mirror, keeping it hard and cold within the flames. Of course, the word spread of this unmelting mirror, and the farmer's wife would eventually be exposed publicly for this. She soon became ashamed and angry, to the point where it was all unbearable. She drowned herself, leaving a final farewell letter, reading, "When I am dead, it will not be difficult to melt the mirror and cast the bell. But to the person who breaks that bell by ringing it, great wealth will be given by the ghost of me." It was known that the last wish or promise of anybody who dies in anger generally possesses a supernatural force. And so, after the deceased woman's mirror was melted down and the Mugen-yama bell was successfully cast, people remembered the promise written by her. As soon as the bell had been suspended in the court of the temple, many people came down to ring it with all their might. They swung the ringing beam over and over, but the bell proved to be a good bell and withstood their assaults. Nevertheless, the people kept swinging and ringing and swinging and ringing, day after day, even against the protests of the priests in the temple. The priests could not endure the constant chiming of the bell, and so they got rid of the bell, moving it from the temple courtyard to the top of the hill, where a swamp laid at the base. The bell was rolled down into the deep swamp, which swallowed it up, being the last of the Muginyama bell. Only its legend remains, and in that legend it is called Mugin no Kane, or Mugin's Bell.